Om Shri Sairam. Dear students, today let us discuss Indus Valley Civilization. In the previous chapter, we have discussed the various periods of Stone Age. This Stone Age period divided into 4 periods, namely Paleolithic period, Mesolithic period, Neolithic period and Chalcolithic period. This is how the Stone Age, on the basis of the development and changes happened during that period. They divided the Stone Age period into 4 periods. First one is Paleolithic period. Paleolithic period starts from, very good, from beginning to till 10th century BCE. That period is Paleolithic period. Then what do you mean by Paleolithic period? Good. Paleo means old, lithic means stone, old Stone Age period. Then come to the second one, that is Mesolithic period. So, what do you mean by Mesolithic period? Meso means middle, lithic means stone, middle Stone Age period from 10th century BC to 8000 BCE it is. 10,000 BCE to 8000 BCE. Then come to the Neolithic period. Neolithic period from 8000 BCE to 6000 BCE. Neo means new. So, new Stone Age period. Then what is this Chalcolithic period? Chalco means copper, lithic means stone, copper and as well as the stone tools they used, that is why this period called as Chalcolithic period. So, they used both the implements or tools, copper tools and as well as stone tools. That is why that period is called as Chalcolithic period from 6000 BCE to 5000 BCE. So, this is how the Stone Age period divided into 4 periods. This is already we have discussed in the previous chapter, the Stone Age chapter. Now, our topic is Indus Valley Civilization. So, let us discuss the third chapter, Indus Valley Civilization. So, it is one of the ancient civilization of the world. It is one of the ancient civilization of the world. Indus Valley Civilization is one of the ancient civilization of the world and also it is contemporary civilization of Egyptian civilization, Mesopotamian civilization and Chinese civilizations. So, these are the 4 ancient civilizations of the world. First one, Indus Valley civilization. Second, Egyptian civilization. Third one is Mesopotamian civilization and fourth is Chinese civilization. These are the 4 ancient civilizations of the world. So, our Indus Valley civilization is contemporary civilization of Egyptian civilization, Mesopotamian civilization and also Chinese civilization. Indus Valley civilization flourished on the river bank of Indus river and its tributaries. River Indus and its tributaries, the Indus Valley civilization flourished. So, Egyptian civilization flourished on which river bank? Very good. Egyptian civilization on the river bank of Nile. The river Nile is the longest river in the world and Egypt is located in which continent? In which continent Egypt is located? Egypt is situated or located in African continent, the second largest continent in the world. So, Mesopotamian civilization, on which river banks Mesopotamian civilization flourished? Very good. On the river bank of Euphrates and Tigris. And Chinese civilization, can you name this river? On which river basin or river bank Chinese civilization flourished? Good. Wango and Yangtze Sikyong. So, these are the three important contemporary civilizations of the Indus Valley civilization. So, our Indus Valley civilization is one of the ancient civilization of the world, and contemporary civilization of Egyptian civilization, Mesopotamian civilization and Chinese civilization. Now, let us discuss Indus Valley civilization. So, it is flourished on the river bank of Indus and its tributaries. That is why it is called Indus Valley civilization. So, you can look into this map, you can easily understand the river Indus. On this river bank, the Indus Valley civilization was flourished. So, discovery of Harappa site. You know that Indus Valley civilization is also called as Harappan civilization. Why Indus Valley civilization is called as Harappan civilization? Harappa is one of the site which belongs to Indus Valley region. So, it was the site discovered by Dr. R.B. Dayaram Sahani in the year 1921. The site Harappa was discovered by Dr. R.B. Dayaram Sahani in the year 1921 in the place West Punjab. Now it is in Pakistan on the bank of river Ravi. River Ravi is the tributary of river Indus. All of you know that the tributaries of river Indus. Can you name them? Yes, good. The river Indus and its tributaries, mainstream is river Indus, Zeelam, Ravi, Satluj, Beas and Chenab. These were the tributaries of river Indus on the bank of river Ravi. The Harappa site was located. It was discovered in the year 1921 by Dr. R.B. Dayaram Sahani. So, in the year 1856, while laying railway lines in the Sindh region, Sindh is a region in Pakistan. While laying railway line in the year 1856 in Sindh region, they found some of the seals and also buried burnt bricks. The buried seals and also buried burnt bricks were found while laying railway line on Sindh region in the year 1856. So, later in 1861, the Archaeological Survey of India was established. Archaeological Survey of India department was established in the year 1861. So, in the year 1856, while laying railway track in Sindh region, they discovered or they found some of the buried seals and also burnt bricks. Then later in the year 1861, the Department of Archaeological Survey of India was established, and in 1862, General Cunningham further he discovered some more seals on this region. So, later in the year 1921, Dr. R.B. Dayaram Sahani, they discovered Harappa site in the West Punjab, now it is in Pakistan on the river bank of Ravi. It is one of the tributary of river Indus. So, R.B. Dayaram Sahani discovered the Harappa site on the river bank of Ravi in West Punjab. Now it is in Pakistan in the year 1921. This is the discovery of Harappa site. You can look into the map, the site Harappa. Discovered by Dr. R.B. Dayaram Sahani in the year 1921. So, next discovery of Mohenjo-daro. Harappa and Mohenjo-daro were the two important sites of Indus Valley civilization. The site Harappa was discovered by Dr. R.B. Dayaram Sahani in the year 1921. And discovery of Mohenjo-daro. So, in the year 1922, Dr. R.D. Banerjee discovered Mohenjo-daro in Sindh region. In the year 1922, Dr. R.D. Banerjee discovered the Mohenjo-daro in Sindh region. Harappa site was discovered by R.B. Dayaram Sahani in the year 1921 in the West Punjab, presently in Pakistan, on the river bank of Ravi. So, in 1922, Dr. R.D. Banerjee discovered the Mohenjo-daro in Sindh region. So, Mohenjo-daro means the mound of the dead. The word Mohenjo-daro means the mound of the dead. It is in Sindh language. In Sindh language, the meaning of Mohenjo-daro is the mound of the dead. And now let us discuss the extent of Indus Valley civilization. In which region to which region it was extended or flourished. So, Punjab in the west, Punjab in the west to the Uttar Pradesh in the east. Uttar Pradesh east, Punjab in the west. The extent of Indus Valley civilization from Punjab in the west to Uttar Pradesh in the east. You can look into the map also. You can easily understand the extent of Indus Valley civilization. So, Punjab in the west to Uttar Pradesh in the east, and Jammu in the north to river Narmada, the Narmada river which is flowing in the middle of our country and joins to Narmada river joins to Arabian Sea. So, from Jammu to Narmada Valley or Narmada river, the extent of Indus Valley region in north Jammu to in south Narmada and in the west, that was in the west it is extended to Punjab and east it was extended up to Uttar Pradesh. So, in the west from Punjab and east Uttar Pradesh, north Jammu to till Narmada river. So, river Narmada is one of the important river which flows towards the west direction and joins to the Arabian Sea. This was the extent of the Indus Valley civilization. So, now let us discuss the salient features or important characteristics of this Indus Valley civilization. So, before we begin the salient features, I would like to tell Indus Valley civilization is also called as Harappan civilization. Why? Harappa is one of the site which was discovered by Dayaram Sahani in the year 1921 in West Punjab region in Pakistan on the river bank of Ravi. And Mohenjo-daro also is one of the site which belongs to that Indus Valley civilization. Like that, so many sites, Lothal, Chanudaro, Kalibangan, Rupar, all these are some of the important sites. The belongs to Indus Valley civilization. All these sites are belong to Indus Valley civilization. Harappa is also one of the site. Even then, Harappa is one of the site like all other sites like Lothal, Chanudara, Kalibangan, Rupar and many others. But Indus Valley civilization is also called or known as Harappan civilization. Why? Because the Harappa was a site discovered in the year 1921 and later they also discovered in the year 1922 Mohenjo-daro and all other sites also discovered. But what characteristic features found in Harappa site, the same features are also found in all these sites. The sites characteristic features of different sites were similar to Harappa. Harappan civilization or Harappan region or Harappan sites characteristic features were similar to all these sites characteristic features. That is why this Indus Valley civilization is also known as Harappan civilization. So now let us discuss the salient features. The first one is town planning. So town planning is the unique feature of Indus Valley civilization. Unique, very important. How it is important? You know that our earth is the unique planet. Earth is called unique planet, very important planet in our solar system. Earth is a unique planet. Why Earth is called a unique planet? Yes, there are various reasons to call our Earth, Mother Earth, as a unique planet. All these reasons or causes mainly described in the three important points. One is favorable atmosphere, very good atmosphere is very favorable. And second one is moderate temperature. Temperature means it is not so high. The mercury is very high temperature and not so cool like Neptune. Moderate temperature is moderate, not so high, not so very low. Moderate temperature and water found in liquid form. All three forms of water found on the earth's surface. North pole and south pole, ice and clouds, gaseous vapor, and rivers, oceans, lakes, ponds, liquid. So all three forms of water found on the earth's surface. If all three forms are there, then only the water cycle, we get rainfall, all these things will happen. So that is why it's all these things, the favorable atmosphere. In atmosphere is a mixture of several gases, nitrogen and oxygen, the abundant gases which found in atmosphere, and all other gases also very important. Favorable atmosphere, moderate temperature and water found in liquid form make our earth a unique. Like that, town planning, among all the features of Indus Valley civilization, town planning is the unique feature of our Indus Valley civilization. So town planning was very well developed, very well planned town planning system they had. So they lived a highly civilized and also developed life, highly civilized in that ancient time, around 3000 BCE, highly civilized and developed life they led, not like Stone Age period. Stone Age period people, they were nomads. In Paleolithic period, Mesolithic period, Neolithic period, they started settling, they started agriculture. Man became from food gatherer to food producer in Neolithic period, and like this gradually developed, and finally in the Indus Valley civilization time they led civilized and also developed life, very well civilized and developed life. And they were first to build the planned cities. The Indus Valley civilization people were the first to build planned cities. Now we are building the planned cities and towns. Even the villages very well planned. These people were the first to build such type of planned cities with scientific drainage system. Now in the present day we have under drainage system. In such a way they were developed in during around 3000 BCE. So they were the first to build planned cities and also with a scientific drainage system. So town planning was amazing in nature. It was amazing. If you look at the big cities and towns, metropolitan cities, Bangalore, Mumbai, Delhi and different cities of the world, you can understand how the cities are scientifically developed. But these cities were very well built and planning was very amazing. What was that amazing nature? So few cities they had the citadels to the west on the higher platform. Among these cities, what was the amazing nature? Some cities had the citadel. What is the meaning of citadel? Citadel means the center of the city. So you know that in the Bangalore, some of the areas are very important areas. Bangalore is our capital of Karnataka state. In Bangalore city, some areas are very important. Example, Malleshwaram, Jayanagar, JP Nagar and some other areas are well planned and developed. So like that, some cities of Indus Valley civilization period, they had the citadel which were built on the raised platform. Citadel means nothing but center of the city. That center of the city was constructed on the raised platform. Do you know why? Why the citadel was constructed on the raised platform? That was because to avoid the floods, to control the floods. In the rainy season, if it rains heavily, the river Indus and its tributaries flow very fast swing. To avoid the floods, to protect the people, they constructed the city in the raised platform. The raised platform city was called as citadel. In the citadel, some important people used to stay, some rich families, administrators and heads of the city used to stay in that citadel. So both of them surrounded by the massive brick walls. So these cities, they are surrounded by the massive brick wall. This is for two reasons. One is to avoid the attacks of other people and also to avoid the flood control. So like this massive brick wall they constructed around the cities. City was surrounded by massive brick wall. So for the protection from the enemies and as well protection from the river water. Okay. So look at the pictures. This part is called citadel. The citadel was built on the raised platform, center of the city. All others next is lower town, upper town and lower town. See citadel, upper town, lower town. Like this the city was divided. These are the some important pictures how the city was built. Citadel, raised platform, upper town and lower town. In this place royal families, heads and also some rich landlords used to stay. And next is some rich people and lower town common people. So this is how the city was developed. So, next is the second important characteristic feature is streets. You know that good network of roads, very useful for the development of the country. So, like that streets in the Indus Valley civilizations were important for the people to call that civilization as a developed and civilized. So, streets, how the streets were constructed? So, the streets were straight and cut each other at right angles. The roads were very straight roads and wide and cut by each other in the right angles, means circles, junctions, and 13 to 34 feet wide and well lined. The roads were width of the roads of 13 to 34 feet. Now we can say them expressways. What do you mean by expressways? Expressways means nothing but at a time 3 or more vehicles can pass in the same direction. At a time or in the same time 3 or more vehicles can pass in the same direction. Such type of roads are called as expressways. So, here also roads, the width of the road, some roads for 13 feet, some roads for 20 feet, some roads for 34 feet width. So, in the main cities 34 feet roads and some of the other town areas 20 feet, other areas 13 feet, like that 13 to 34 feet width of the roads, and they were well lined, straight roads, and the streets and roads divided the city into rectangular blocks. So, very straight roads and cut each other by the rectangle. That is why the city was divided because of this roads in the rectangular blocks. So, sub roads were cut, these main roads in the rectangular blocks, because all these roads were very straight, 34 width, and some sub roads were 20, 13, 25 feet. So, they were cut the city into several rectangular blocks. So, they have had the lamp posts at intervals, which we can easily understand, that is the existence of street lights. Now, we can say that in the national highways, in every intervals, we can see the call booths, and also boards will be displayed that emergency calls. So, like that here in every intervals they had the lamp posts, means street lights. Now, in the present days we have street lights. Those days roads also had such type of lamp posts. By this lamp posts we can understand that the existence of the street lights. The existence of the street lights can be understood by the lamp posts at intervals found on the roads. So, dustbins were also provided on the streets. What we can understand by this? Dustbins were also placed on the street. Why dustbins were placed? To put the dust into that dustbin. Put the garbage or waste into the dustbin. What we can understand by this? By this we can understand that there they had the presence of good municipal administration, and also they had given importance for health and hygiene. So, by the dustbins which were placed on the roads, we can understand that two important points. One is these people had given importance for health and hygiene. So, it is nothing but cleanliness is godliness. They had given utmost priority for the cleanliness. So, that is why they placed dustbins in every intervals on the streets. By this we can easily understand the two important things. One is that given importance for health and hygiene. The second one is existence of municipal administration. Now the roads and street lights are maintained by whom in the present days? That is local self government. Local self government in the cities and also urban areas. In the cities we can see that municipal corporation, municipality and municipal council, and in the rural areas we can say that Jilla Panchayat, Taluk Panchayat and village Panchayat. In the village areas village Panchayat, in the Taluk Panchayat, and in a district Jilla Panchayat. This is coming under the rural areas in the present days. And in the urban areas, in the towns, municipality and cities, municipal council and mega cities, municipal corporation, in the present days local self government. So such type of administration, municipal administration was existed in 3000 BCE period in Indus Valley civilization. How we can understand? By seeing the lamp posts on the streets and also dustbins at every intervals on the street, we can easily understand the existence of the municipal administration. So some of the pictures of the streets, see how streets were very straight and the width from 13 to 34 feet, and the sub roads cut this roads into rectangular blocks. So city was divided into several rectangular blocks. So these are the some photos how the streets. So you can understand this by this, and here also it is given, and there you can see that straight lines. Yes, next the important feature. The first one is town planning, next is streets, the third one is drainage system. Indus Valley civilization is known for its town planning. Unique feature of the Indus Valley civilization is town planning with well equipped the drainage system. How was the drainage system in the Indus Valley civilization? So most remarkable feature of this Indus Valley civilization was the excellent closed drainage system, not that open drainage system. Very well planned and excellent closed drainage system they had. So each house had its own drainage and soak pit which was connected to the public drainage. Every house they had soak pit, so that main drainage it was connecting to the main drainage. So all the houses had its own drainage which was covered, and they had soak pits, and finally it was connected to the public drainage. And brick laid channels were in every streets. The drainage system was mainly constructed by using baked bricks. Baked bricks means burnt bricks. They used the baked bricks to construct that, and covered, fully covered the closed drainage system. They were covered and also had manholes. See, manholes you have seen that in the cities, chambers to open that, and also if any problem is there in the drainage to clean, they keep the manholes. So such type of manholes at every intervals for cleaning and also clearing purposes they kept. Now we have the manholes for cleaning and clearing that blockage of the drainage. The same type of technology means development was seen in the Indus Valley civilization time. So drainage system was very well planned and constructed by baked bricks and covered, and every intervals they had manholes to go into that and clean or clear the blockage. So this is how they developed the drainage system. So some of the pictures we can understand that it was brick laid drainage system. So this is how the house had its own drainage system and connecting to the main public drainage. Take this example, this is house, from this house the sub drainage and connected to the main drainage. So here also you can understand that main drainage system, and all these pictures shows the clear idea, gives clear idea about the drainage system of Indus Valley civilization. Yes, manuals and also the drainage system. Yes, now after discussing about the town planning, streets and also drainage system, these were the some important salient features of the Indus Valley civilization. The other features let us discuss in the next class. So now I would like to give you some questions. You study well and prepare these questions and come, let us meet in the next class. Take down the first question. In which year was the Department of Archaeological Survey of India established? The second one, what does the word Mohenjo-daro mean? Third question, who discovered Harappa and Mohenjo-daro? Two important sites of Indus Valley civilization. Who discovered this Harappa and Mohenjo-daro? And fourth is, name any two cities of Indus Valley civilization. Name two important cities or sites of Indus Valley civilization. So these were the questions, and revise well and prepare and understand the topic what we taught today, that is town planning, streets, drainage system and also the discovery of this Harappa and Mohenjo-daro on the river bank of Indus. Okay. So thank you. Sai Ram.